Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's videos is gonna be a weekly outlook. On Instagram I asked you guys what pairs you would like me to analyze, and these are the ones that are most popular that came up quite a lot. So we'll go through all these 6 pairs. I mean, I personally just trade EU, but occasionally I do trade GU, but the rest are kind of new to me, so we'll just it's the same process with analyzing, so it should be the same. Okay, so let's just go on. Okay, let's start with EU, right? Let's start on the daily. Let's see, because obviously you can see we're in a clear uptrend, right? But we're in a deeper pullback right now. So okay, let's go to the daily. Because before, I think it was like up here. Yeah, last month we were looking at. I can't even see. Okay, this area, which is the supply, which is barely tapped and then just dropped from there. Also, I was looking at these inside bars, but as you can see, they broke through, and it broke structure multiple times here, or even on daily. Look, or here, here, and now here as well. It's broken that. So the last point of demand would be either here, here, or the weekly, which is basically this whole range. So let's just say this is the weekly, okay? Because this was on my chart as well, the weekly. And then these are daily, but obviously this is irrelevant right now because it literally just broke through it. So let's just go down to my other supply would be here. Like my most recent one. So this is gonna be the daily supply. Okay, let me just make this smaller. Because the daily is literally here as well, so it's kind of should I draw it on? Let me draw it on. Okay, so that's the daily. Daily demand. Okay. So right now, let's just go on the 4 hour. Yeah, reacted off a range. Another supply zone. I mean, another demand zone. There's so many demand zones. Look, there's here. This is a whole range as well. If we'll select. Oh my god. This whole area is one. This whole area is another one as well. Let me just make it a different color. Okay. That's the weekly. And as you can see, it actually just tapped into this 4 hour demand and then just reacted off it. And this was from NFP as well. So obviously NFP wanted to bring price lower from the week before, and it actually just tapped into it, and then now it's reacted off it. There was another supply demand zone here, but as you can see, it tapped into it here, reacted off it, but failed to break above like this high, and then this high. So it kind of failed, which means we were going to go lower. Like it was an indication of going lower anyway. So yeah, that's can be deleted as well because it just plummeted through. We'll just say 4 hour demand here. So this week I would either, there's 2 scenarios for me. It can either, let's consider 1 hour. Oh, actually, I don't know. Here, this is an area I'm looking for. I'm looking at, sorry. this 4-hour supply. If you want to take the whole range, then you can. I'm waiting for Eva. Price to Eva, come back here, tap and make a new low, and react off this weekly/daily demand zone, and then just go up from there. Or it can literally just react off here and then just make a new low and break all this weekly and this daily zone demand zones, and then just continue going lower. So those are my two scenarios, obviously, but we have to see how they react off this demand, this supply zone. So I guess we'll see when market opens what happens. But on the 1 hour, yeah, this is an area I'm looking at. So yeah, that's it for EU actually. I'm literally looking for it to. Actually, we're in a broke structure here. So technically, we are in another supply zone right now. This one, and it's reacting off it right now. But if you know about like discounted and premium ranges, right? It's more likely for the price to be. Oh, it is in the discounted range. But obviously, sometimes price has to come back to the origin of the move, which is here. If you look on the 4 hour, this strong move to the downside that broke this structure here and made a new lower low. So yeah, I'm looking at the top of the one on top, but you have to be aware it could it's already started reacting off it when market closed. So let's look. It came here on the 1 minute, made a new higher low, higher low, higher high, higher low, failed to break above this high, and started breaking structure to the downside. So you could have gotten in somewhere like here. Sorry, this is so messy, but yeah, you could have gotten somewhere here because it failed to break above this high, and then it started breaking structure here. So you could have gotten in, but there was no point because look, it was literally an hour till market close. But yeah, that's where you could have gotten in. So that's my view on EU. Oops. My god, sorry. But if you look on the 5 minutes, the demand zone for it is here. Because on every time frame, there's always demand zones and there's always supply, demand is always happening. So this would be the range, and this is the impulse move up. And then, as you can see on the 5 minute, it hasn't broken structure. If it was to break structure, it would have to break this structure. Oops, this structure here. But let me check actually. Yeah, it would have to break structure down here, unless it starts breaking structure here. Like if it made the new high and then break structure, and then started making like this. You know what I mean? Break structure there, and then look for continuations to the downside. Other than that, we're still in an uptrend from down here until it breaks either this low, or there's a momentum shift on the 5 minute or lower time frames. But this is a supply demand zone to be looking out for when market opens, because it could just, like this and then just go up to the supply zone above. I think it was a 4 hour, I believe. 4 hour, 1 hour supply zone up here before either breaking through. But when it gets to here, you need to see if it breaks structure. Like, is there a momentum shift at this area, or it just continues going up from here onwards. So that's EU. Hopefully that was explained okay, because I never usually do weekly forecasts. So if it's not, then leave a comment below and tell me what I should include in the next one. Okay, let's do GU now. Let's start on the daily again. On the daily, you can see it's an uptrend. There was a high here, but it fell to break above or to make a higher high. So obviously, you would say, yeah, I would have looked for sells from then onwards. This would have been one of my demand zones, but it actually is no, because it didn't really break structure. So it would have to be this broke structure, this broke structure. Even this whole area. This is a really big range though, which failed anyway, but this would be one. And then my supply is literally this whole wick, this whole area, which was in it, which was price literally consolidated there for like days, like a whole, oh my god, a whole month. Wait, what? I don't know, a whole 2-3 weeks. But let's just say I would use this wick because obviously wicks always have something in them. So let me just draw that out. Oops. Yeah, and it's reacting off it right now as well. So that's a good sign. Because if you look on the daily, it's been going up for quite some time now. Yeah, if you look here, yeah, it's literally this whole area as well. But obviously, you don't want it to be that big of a range because that's on the weekly and we don't trade. We're not really swing traders. So you can just look on the daily for the main ones and then just drop down to the 4 hours. Let's see. Oh yeah, the 4 hour would have been this area as well because it broke structure here as well as here. So yeah, that's a good one. And then here I would have marked another demand zone here around this whole range actually, which failed. Okay, look, it reacted off it here, failed to break above this high, which is the same as the EU one like before, and failed to break above these, and then it just dropped and made a new lower low instead, which confirms there's a change in structure. Here, there's a supply zone here which reacted perfectly off it, and then it just went to the daily demand. Let's just label this again. 4 hour supply. It was a daily demand, I believe. Oops. Yeah, daily supply. Yeah, even here, I would have looked for 4 hour breaks of structure. Like, even though this was like miniature, but I think on the 1 hour, let's go on the 1 hour to see. Yeah, on the 1 hour was a break of structure. Even here, breaks of structure here. And it failed to make a new high, but it's made a new low. So you could say that we're changing directions, and then this is the whole 1 hour supply zone. Let's change this color to, like, I don't know, green. Actually, just change it to blue. And then another 1 hour breaks of structure here, which is this. This is the whole range as well. Where is it? Okay. As you can see, it wicked it, so it's like manipulation and just dropped from here as well. So the new supply zone would be from this area here, which, as you can see, wicked it as well. So you could have been taken out, but it failed to break above this, like a candle close. So you would continue looking for sells, to be honest. Even if I got stopped out here, I would still look for sells because we haven't broken above any major highs. Oops. Major highs such as like this. So we're just going down. And then recently, okay, let's just say right now, we reacted off a daily demand, and on the 1 hour, we've broken structure here, as well as the supply zone here as well. As you can see, the supply was broken. So the candles that broke structure would be, I would look for this area, this range. 1 hour. I know these colors are not the best, but you know. And then here as well, I would look for if this demand fails, then I would look for this one as well. So now I have 2 areas to look out for, so it could either react off this one and then continue going up, or it could react off it and then continue, oops, oh my god, to here, and then just go up from here. Or a third option is go break structure and then just continue going down. So those are my 3 scenarios that could happen on GU. But we are overall bullish on the daily, even though it fell to break above. If this demand holds, then yeah, we're going up. If it doesn't, then we're going down to like here possibly, because some liquidity here. There's liquidity here as well. Look at this, all this liquidity. So, you know, it could literally just drop all the way back down to down here, 1.6, which is crazy. But that's for another time. Okay, guys, I just realized that there's actually a supply zone here that it could react off of, and it could either like go up from here, and then you would wait for lower time frame breaks of structure back down to this area and see if it goes up from here, or if it reacts off. Sorry, my drawing's a bit bad. Reacts off here and then goes down and continue down. Or another scenario can be it just going past it and not even coming back to these areas until a later time. Okay, literally apologies for my bad drawings, but yeah, this is a supply zone that I'm looking out for as well. And then let's move on to the next one. AU. Okay, so on the daily again, we have this area of supply. Oops. Oh, sorry, my bad. Daily supply. And then where would the demand be? The demand would have been here, one of them, and that just reacted off it. Well, obviously wicked it and then reacted off it, so that's done. My next one would be this wick here. That's not filled in. Oh, it has been tapped into it now. Because as you can see from here, it reacted off this wick. Let me see if it actually reacted off this range as well. Yeah, just about actually this range with the inside bars. Let me see on the 4 hour real quick. Yeah, I would do this wick, 4 hour wiki. Because wicks always have something in them. And here's the range, and then the impulsive move up, and then it came back to the range close to it, and then it just flew up. But here, there was this 4 hour demand zone, but as you can see, it reacted off it, made a new higher low, and then reacted off this supply zone, and then broke structure back down to the downside, and now it's reacting off the next daily demand zone. Okay, let me just label it so everyone can see. And then let's just go back on the 4 hour. I think that was the 4 hour, yeah, because it's a range. 4 hour. And then now it's reacted off the daily demand zone, and on the 1 hour it has broken structure to the upside. So we can look for buys now back to, I would say, about, it really should go up from here. I mean, don't predict the market, obviously, trade what you see. There's a supply zone here, and there's a supply zone that's unmitigated here. So it could come back to this level if it doesn't make a higher high. Like this. Oh, this is such a small one. You could just take this whole range. On the 4 hour, but it has broken structure on the 4 hour. So you would either see it come back down to this area, or let's just go on the 1 hour to see. Yeah, 1 hour. Or this is kind of tricky because they're all bullish and there's no last down candle. Here we go. This whole range is this whole range basically. So this is like the 30-minute. Let's look on the 15. Yeah, still 15. 15, 30-minute range. So it can either, but there's also 15-minute supply zones. Like I said, on all time frames, there's always supply and demand happening. So you need to see where it's reacting from or what it's reacting from. Like here, it's reacted off another little range before the impulsive move down. So it's reacting off a supply right now. Yep. So now we need to see if it breaks structure. I mean, look at this strong impulsive move up. So it kind of broke structure here on the 5-minute as well as here. So if it continues going down, then you'll know to take sells until this level, because why would you wait? Like, I mean, you can catch some pips here. And then you can see how it reacts from this area. Or if you can narrow it down to like a 5-minute smaller demand zone, you can. So you can have multiple ones, like 5 minute here, and then there's another one here, and some other ones here. Or you can just take the whole trading range on the 4 hour, which is kind of massive, but it depends how you trade and how you refine it too, because look, that's literally 19 pips. But yeah, either react off this order block and go up, or react break through this order block and react off this one instead and move up from here. And or it can just go up from here and then react off this supply zone and then go down. So there's so many scenarios, right? But you just need to see how it's reacting off these levels and what price is telling you. Okay, next one. GJ. Like always, start on the daily. And it's in a clear uptrend, but we're failing to make new highs. Order block here, or like demand zone here. I would mark another one down here just to know. And then break of structure here. Oh, and this order block, daily order block, was mitigated perfectly. And now it hasn't made a new. It made a new low here, but on the major structure, the low is actually here. Because if you do this, draw here. So now it's like this, but it's failed to break above this high, as you can see. So it could go for a deeper pullback to this level before moving upwards. But obviously, like I said, don't predict the price. But even here, it's failed to make new highs and failed to make new lows. So we're in a range right now. Because we did break structure over here and it's been mitigated, but it failed to break below this major low. So I guess we'll have to see what happens. Let's go on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, it's breaking structure here, some supply here. That's been mitigated, and then demand. I think it was here. That's been mitigated as well. Everything's nicely mitigated at the moment. Break of structure here, break of structure here. So this wick would have been, it's quite a big wick actually. So I would count that as something. Oh, it did actually, yeah. And then now it's either gonna, oh, there's another supply here. Look at this. There's so many supply and demand on different time frames. Okay, yeah, this is reacting off it right now, but look at this long wick. So obviously buyers are in control. So let's just go down to the, I don't really trade GJ. I don't like trading GJ because it always likes to burn me whenever I trade it. But on the 5 minute, you can see there's a break of structure here that just happened. And it's reacted off this supply zone, so that's kind of a good sign. It could be going down to one of these levels, like it could come back down to this order block here, or here, or even just this area. So on the 5 minutes broken structure, I would say, oh, but look at that though, that wick. It's only a candle close on the 5 minute. Which I think it's just this, let me check this real quick. Yeah, I think it's just because it's a candle close, it's not a wick. Never mind. So we're all good, guys. Okay, so ignore that wick on the 15 because this is not a wick on the other brokers. So it's like a candle close, let's just say. So, okay, 5 minutes. So I would want it to come back up to, let's just see, above this area, this counted range, you know what I mean? So it would be, I can't really see. Okay, I would say here. Because it has order, it has like inside bars as well, and a doji, and it's not been mitigated, so it's a good sign. Yeah, I would wait for it. I personally, if I was trading, I would wait for it to come back here, change your structure on the lower time frame, go down to, there's an order block here that you could target, which is more than enough, to be honest, just a couple R's and you're good to go. So yeah, either react off this supply zone as a confirmation entry and then take it down to either here or here, this area, or these areas. There's liquidity here as well, so you could take that out and then before moving up or moving down. So you need to study the reactions from the areas. Okay, next one quickly. Okay, let's go to EJ now. Oh, let me just clear this chart. Okay, EJ is interesting. Oh wow, look at that big drop. Oh yeah, it hit the daily order block on the dot. Here, obviously there was one here I would count, but obviously it broke through it, as you can see, so that's discount. I meant like this discarded, and then I would say there's a supply here. Oops. Because there's nothing around here, but it's probably on a 4 hour. Okay, so that's the daily. Let me check the weekly real quick. Weekly, yeah, that aligns because we're still in an uptrend. And if you look on the line chart, that's like a deeper pullback on the daily. So, okay, let's go to the 4 hours. The 4 hour broke structure here. Oh, did it though? Yeah, just about. Because it was in an uptrend. And then here it ranged for a bit before moving down and then making a lower low. I mean, lower high here compared to the. And it failed to break above this high. And then from then it broke structure here again. And there was an order block here because that's the move that broke the structure here on the 4 hour. There was a supply here, you could say. I mean demand, sorry. That it reacted off of. So you could have got an entry here, but as you can see, it failed to break above this high. So that's invalid. So once it got up to here and you could see it ranging, you should probably close the trade because it's like it didn't make a new high. So you could say this demand has failed. And then now this big move to the downside hit the daily order block. Yeah, you could see here as well. It reacted off it. Failed to produce a new high, just failed again. And then right now, it's made a new higher low, but it hasn't made a new high. So I guess we can say we're ranging, just like GJ. So, okay, let's just check. I like to jump through the time frames, just sometimes it's easier. I would say it's still ranging, to be honest, but it's still bearish because this move down was so bearish, and this is like corrective movement all the way back up to this supply zone maybe, and then just come back down here and then react off it and then go up. Let me check real quick. Oops. There is a 4-hour supply right here. Oh, it's been mitigated. Yeah, here, tapped it. And then I didn't really break. I would say if it breaks structure, it would be this high here, but it hasn't broken structure. And if it breaks the low, it would break this low, which hasn't happened. So if you're doing like immediate structures like here, like if you count this as a break of structure, then you would say this area is the demand zone, or down here as well because it has an inside bar, which I like. So these two areas could react from it, but it could also go down from here with on the 4-hour. I can't really see anything. Actually, no, I can't see anything for the 4-hour too. I meant any supply for it to go down any further at the moment. It would be buys for me right now because here it ranged, manipulated, broke structure here on the 1-hour. Made a new higher low. This will be the higher low if it breaks above this structure and then continues up. So yeah, that's my view on EJ. Hopefully that's helpful as well. Because you can't say it broke structure here because it hasn't broken this structure for this to count as the supply zone. Okay, how many more? Just one more. I'll do that in the next clip. Last but not least, we are doing gold. I don't really trade gold, so I'm not too sure on how to analyze it. But people have told me that they don't really use supply and demand. It's more like zone to zone. So let's just do it together, I guess. But I feel like it does use supply and demand because look, if I do. When the breaker structure actually happened over here with this order block, I think it does kind of link into each other, but trading it, I'm not too sure. Because on the weekly, it just reacted off like this order block. This reacted off this order block, this weekly order block. And then daily. What did daily react off of? Like, how would you choose your zones? I'm not even sure. Okay, but let's just say, what is the overall? Overall is kind of, it was bearish and now it's bullish, but now it's bearish again because it failed to break above this high. And now it's broke this structure here and this structure here. I would expect it to go down some more, to be honest. At least take liquidity from here. Maybe even go to this area here. But I think we shall see. Let me see if I can mark any zones in because I don't know if I should. I don't even know how to do this. But okay, let's just mark it in as order blocks. And then someone who actually trades gold can leave a comment and see how they trade it. Because I'm not even sure what this reacted off of. Oh, it reacted off this little sell to buy candle. Just about, yeah. Just. For me, I would look for longs back to this level and then see how it reacts, obviously, and then go down from here. But I'm not too sure if I'm being honest. Sorry, my stomach. This range here, I guess, this zone. Because it did consolidate, but obviously on the consolidation, you can literally capture pips in there. I want to go on the 30-minute, actually. See what I can see. Break of structure here. It would be this order block. Okay. I think it does use supply and demand, but I'm not sure. But you wouldn't target something lower. You would just target like the lows of like here, isn't it? Can someone confirm? Or even here, you could target this break of structure. Use this doji. Boom. I'm lying. I don't even know how to trade gold, so don't take me too seriously on this one. Don't take me seriously in these videos because I actually don't even know what I'm doing. But on the 30-minute, it's literally in an uptrend right now. Higher high, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Break of structure here, break of structure here, break of structure here. Mitigations happened here. Here. And this broke structure. This one hasn't been mitigated yet. And then here, it hasn't broken above here, yeah, but if it breaks above, then the order block would be here or here to be mitigated. So, oh my god, this chart is getting messy. But these have been mitigated, right? But we're also like in a little rangy area. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut short on this because I actually don't know what I'm talking about. I don't want to waste people's time watching this. But I do think I personally would think it's gonna go up here and then just go down. Because there's liquidity here as well. And plus, on the 1 hour, is in a strong downtrend from this supply. This supply is holding really well because it's a daily supply as well. And this demand is holding quite well as well because it's a daily one as well. But, however, it's literally ranging right now. So, I guess we'll see. But, yeah, hopefully this video isn't too long for you guys. And if it was, then comment below how I can make it shorter or what I should include in the next one. You know, because this is my first weekly forecasting. I don't really forecast that much, and I only forecast EU basically. But hopefully some of it was useful. Hopefully some of it was the same idea as you guys, and hopefully it helps you in some way, one way or another, or finding like order blocks or supply and demand, or you know, these are all my areas. I'm going to leave these on here for myself to make a note of because because I literally had this like area of liquidity that it got swept last week, and then I had this area of reaction. I'll find a picture. I don't know if I should find a picture because I don't really I don't have a full screenshot of it, but I had an area saying this was the possible reaction zone, and it actually reacted off it, but I wasn't at the charts at that time, and plus it was NFP. So yeah, another area I would look for EU is actually here, 1.2. Oh, on the dot. And then I'll leave this as well, just in case. I want to come back next week and see how each of these played out, to be honest. And then yeah, I feel like it's going up because this is a strong bearish momentum and this is like corrective. And then I want it to, not want it, but I feel like it should continue bearish. And gold, I actually have no idea. I'm so sorry to whoever suggested gold because a couple of people suggested gold, but I really have no idea. What breaks of structure? This was a range as well. Gold kind of ranges, but yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you don't, then I'm sorry, I wasted your time. But I guess I'll see you guys in the next video, which should be either Wednesday or next Saturday when I'm free. So thank you for watching.